Hello hunters, you are welcome back to another video, and today we'll be checking out the longsword. My name is CyberGhost and you're welcome back to the channel. So today I've put up about 3 builds that we'll be checking out today to see how much damage you can get from all those builds and see how best we can use them in a fight. So for this first build I'm showing out, this is the first card build. First card build is very good for longsword too. So for the build I have here, let's go over the build, guys. Let's check that out. Let's see the skills and see how we work with them. So for the longsword I'm using the Fatalis longsword. It's the best longsword in the game with a lot of raw attack power and a lot of sharpness too. So for this build we have attack boost 7, critical eye 7, agitator 5, health boost. Ice attack is not active, comes with the armor. Critical boost, weakness, exploits, focus, critical draw, performance, quick sheet, coalescence, evade ascender, resuscitate, divine blessing, and heavy artillery. Guys, the reason why I have heavy artillery in this build is for Fatalis, guys, because I fight Fatalis a lot with this build. That's why I have heavy artillery in there. And also for the evade extender, I'll talk about it again, guys. If you are not really into using the evade extender, you can switch it up and put up handicraft instead, because with the Fatalis, with the first craft armor, actually you lose sharpness very quickly with this armor. Yes, that's how it is. So for the build here we have 4 pieces of Volcana Gamma armor. That's the Arch Tempered Volcana. And we have 1 piece of the Fatalis armor. We also have our attack charm at rarity 12 to give us a lot of attack boost, guys. So yeah, this is the build. So we are going to be checking out the kind of damage output we'll be getting from this build. So I didn't use any mail anything to boost up my my damage. So all that is running right now is just peak performance. So let's see what we got. Okay, that's good damage. So we get up to 200 with almost every strike, guys. That is insane. So we are in the red. Wow, so we got up to the red in like 3k damage, and we didn't start from bites. So if we started from bites, we would have been getting up to 4k damage before we get to red gauge. So let's check out the Spirit Handbreaker too. Spirit Handbreaker is 1256. Okay, so that is because we lost a bit of sharpness when we got to our Spirit Handbreaker. So when you are in your Spirit Handbreaker and you have a lot of sharpness, I think you'll be getting good damage numbers. But not having handicrafts on this build will be a bit harder to achieve that. But with that said, still this build puts out a lot of damage, as you can see, guys. Just look at those damage numbers flowing up. We got about 5k damage for doing a full combo with the Spirit Handbreaker. That is insane. And also, guys, to counter for the sharpness drop, if you really want to deal with it, when you get to sharpness like this, your weapon can start bouncing off, so you don't really want to get too below sharpness. So before you get that, make sure you have this Wet Fish Fin Plus with you. And for the Wet Fish Fin Plus, to get it, you have to do the event quest called fish to, I think it's a fish to whet your appetite or something like that. That's how you get the Wet Fish Fin Plus. It's a very good tool. It restores sharpness with just 1 strike. So just like using maybe a sharpness skill in your build, but you don't really need to use that. We have this to counter for that. So when you use, anytime you use the Wet Fish Fin like this, just 1 strike and you are back to full sharpness, guys. It doesn't take that much time. So in a fight, you just find a bit of opening, then you just use it and you are back to your full sharpness. So Helmbreaker with the full sharpness, let's see. So that is 1700. If you can do a Helmbreaker with your sharpness in a very good state like that, so this build is really good. And also, guys, with the Wet Fish Fin Plus, you can use 1 of them for about 5 to 6 times, I think. So having a lot of them I think they have like 5 like this. It will be able to use them for a lot of quests because it's not all the time that you'll be using the emergency sharpen. Maybe you can use a normal sharpen for some time, but when you really need to sharpen, then you can use your wet fish fin plus to sharpen that. So this is the first build. That is the first card build. So we'll be checking out the decals in case you want to see that. So let's check out the decals. So this build I actually kind of made it like my great sword build, but exchanged it with my longsword. Great sword skills and longsword skills are actually interchangeable. Yes, except for one thing, that is the clutch claw boost, which I don't have in this build. The clutch claw boost will help you to do tenderize faster. So I don't have the clutch claw boost with this one, so I think that's the only downside with this build, but this build is really, really good, guys. Okay, so let's check out the other build. So this is the other build. And for this build, we are using the Fatalis armor. Yes, the Fatalis armor and the Fatalis long sword. So we have 4 pieces of Fatalis armor with 1 piece of the Volcana armor to give us speed performance and 2 levels of quick sheets that will help us do our build very good. So for this one, we have Critical Eye 7, Agitator 7, Quick Sheet 3, Divine Blessing, Stun Resistance, Critical Boost, Weakness Exploit, Critical Draw, Peak Performance, 2 Specialist Coalesces, evade window, and clutch claw boost heavy artillery. Yes, guys, this is also a very, very good longsword build I have here. Very effective for fighting Fatalis. This one, as you can see, this one doesn't have the evade extender in there. Yeah, so I kind of find it a bit look comfortable using this build because I really love my evade extender, but I still use it because it also does good damage. So let's check out the damage output on this build. And also one thing I like about this build is that the sharpness does not drop faster like the first card build because you are using the Fatalis armor. Fatalis armor actually retains sharpness of your weapons. I don't really know how that works, but it really works, guys. Your sharpness is always very well retained when you are using the Fatalis armor. 4 pieces of it actually. So Helmbreaker we get 1291. See, that's a very good one when you are in your full sharpness. Yes, guys. So this build is also a very, very good build. Not as high damage as the first craft, but it's also a good build to use. So you see that we have our 1-hit standardized with the clutch claw boost there, which will also help to increase damage. In case you want to increase your damage, you just do a tenderize, keep hitting the tenderize parts, and you get a lot of damage out of that. So that was just one level with a Spirit Breaker. And we get 3k damage from that. That's insane, guys. That's insane damage rolling up there right now. That's insane damage rolling right there right now, guys. See that? Okay, so I want to do a Spirit Breaker on those tenderized parts with my full sharpness. As you can see, the sharpness drops really slowly. So with this one, maybe using the wet fish fin plus won't be an option because 1.4k, that is good. That is good damage. That is good damage. That is good. I think the first camp was able to do 1.7 and this one is 1.4. That is very good damage, guys. That is very good damage. So in a fight, maybe you can get coalesces to activate and you can also get at the full agitator. The reason why I have this build is that you get a full agitator. So the full agitator is also really good. It adds up to your damage and adds up to your affinity. Very, very good build. So let's check out the decorations for this build too. These are the decorations I put together for this build to make this build work. These are the decorations. These are not high decorations to get. We are very, very normal decorations to get in the game. So let's check out the final longsword build. Oh, what name did I give that? Yes, I think this is it. So this one also has the same kind of vibe with the other one. But this one, I think I added something else to it to change some stuff. So that is, I reduced the agitator in order to add path breaker. So this is also a build for fighting fatalists too. And I have the evade extend. I have one level 2 specialist. I have the clutch core boost. I have a coalescence peak performance. So this one, as you can see, the other one I didn't have coalescence to 8 full potential. I had it around level 2. So this one I have coalescence to around level 3. And I have the peak performance to have a critical boost and the weakness exploit over there. So the reason why the first craft low sword is a bit more advanced than this is that with the first craft, every strike you do, you get extra damage, and you can only get that from first craft and not any other armor. That is why your sharpness reduces very quickly with that armor because of the high damage that you are always putting out. So all in all, the first craft longsword has the highest damage numbers. This one too has a lot of damage numbers, but the reason why I have this ones is that these ones give a lot of defense boost because of the Fatalis armor. The Fatalis armor gives a lot of defense boost. That is why I have other builds with the Fatalis armor. And I'm still making other builds with the Fatalis armor on longsword. So this is one. These 3 builds are not my final builds. I'll be putting out other builds too, but these are the 3 that I'm working with right now. And these builds are very, very good to fight Fatalis. I always get my slay when I use these builds. So that is 1.4k on the Spirit Breaker for this one. That is on the tenderized part. That is very, very good damage output right there. So we are hitting tenderized part now. And almost all my spirits combos get up to 200 or maybe close to 200. Let's say 209, 220 and all that. So very, very good damage numbers out there. Very, very good damage numbers out there. I wanted to try and see how much an EI Spirit Slash would be, but EI Spirit Slash actually, amongst the damage is more seen well when you use it in combat, because when you do the EI Spirit Slash whilst a monster is attacking you, it goes in as a critical hit. So the damage, maybe if I do a normal EI Spirit Slash here, I'll get will not be the same as the damage I'll get when I'm in a real fight, because the damage will be increased. That is. Yeah, that's why I don't try EI Spirit Slash when I'm training. It doesn't give you the full attack, the power you need. So with this one I got 959. And in the fights, when you do an EI Spirit Slash, sometimes you can get up to 1000 damage for an EI Spirit Slash. Yes, guys. So the longsword is very, very OP, and these builds will help you to fight fatalities. These are very good endgame builds, so I'll be going over all of them again so you can check them out for the last time, or you can just go back to the video and just check them out, I guess. So these are my builds. Let me show the decorations for this one too. So these are the decorations I have in here. Very easy decorations to get. You don't need much. And for this one, the reason why I put on the path breaker was to see if I can get my head breaks faster. And true, yes, with this build, I get my head break faster. But the DPS is a bit kind of not on point with the Frostcraft longsword, but it is still a very good build. Okay, guys, so yeah, this is what I have for you guys, and if I make more longsword builds, I'll be putting them out too. I'm still making more builds, experimenting on the fatalist fights and see how much time we can get it done in order to see which builds make us faster. And also, guys, always it's not about your build. Maybe your build might be very good, but your gameplay also needs work. So whilst I'm working on my builds, I work on my gameplay too. So anything that comes up, any new updates of damage, any new updates of builds, I'll be putting it out. So to know when that comes out, just leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification so that you don't miss any videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.